Hello friends, this is Ryan Hicks of TaughtToProfit.com, and today I want to talk to you about simple living and minimalism. Today it's almost a fad thing, people living in small houses, living as minimalistically as possible, having few possessions and things like that. But often this becomes a reverse materialism where you're somehow basing your spirituality or who you are, your goodness, on having less, being in a smaller confined area, having a smaller vehicle, whatever. And while there is wisdom in being frugal and intelligent about your purchasing decisions and what you do with your money and how you give and bless, simply being cheap, being stingy, being miserly is not wise. When you close up and you refuse to give out, and you're cheap, and you're cutting coupons to save a few cents, not valuing your time, but valuing money, putting it as the priority, as the end goal, saving the most money, not saving the most time, you literally idolize money. In your professed minimalism and simple living and being frugal, have put money on a pedestal higher than the richest people in the world have ever put money. Because you'll throw away 10 minutes of your time for 50 cents. To save 50 cents, save a quarter here and a quarter there. You'll drive all over town to save a few cents on gas. And you'll do all these unwise things simply in the name of saving money. Now I understand some of it can be almost a game where it becomes a challenge and it's about the pursuit of the saving, not the actual amount of money in general. I understand that. But the reality is you should live simply. You should live modestly. But that does not mean being the cheapest person in the room. That doesn't mean not being giving, being greedy, being stingy, holding back, being miserly, going for the cheapest thing, not the thing that produces the most quality and productivity for you at the best price. Because those are not the same thing. Sometimes the most expensive item is going to save you a tremendous amount over a longer period of time, but people will buy the cheapest thing still. I knew this growing up as a kid. When you buy some of these cheap pieces of clothing from various stores, and they would rip after 2 times of wearing them, the color would drown out, they would have all kinds of issues. They start unwinding themselves, the fabric would come apart. They were junk. But they were the cheapest. But if you spent a little more money and got the better quality item, it may even cost 3 or 4 times as much, but long run, that item's going to outlast it by maybe 10 times. I had a pair of pants I remember that were very cheap, probably about 1/5 of the cost of a normal pair of pants, a normal brand name, higher quality pair of pants, and they lasted one time. And then they ripped, and that was it. I didn't save any money by getting the cheapest item. It cost me more. And if you keep doing things that way, going only for the cheapest, only for the thing you have a coupon for, only for the thing that's going to be the most minimalistic, you're throwing away your money and you're putting value at a lower priority than money. Once again, it becomes about money. Money is the issue. Money is all you care about. Not actually quality, not what's going to perform the best and be what you like. There are people that buy the cheapest thing and they don't even like it. But they're doing it only because it's the cheapest, only because they're going to save the most money doing that. My friends, that's not being simple in your living. That's not being minimalistic. That's being foolish. That is putting money as the top priority above all things, above quality, above your own personal desire, above your own likes and dislikes. And that is not a way to live your life. Moving into some small little space because you're going to save some money and you're going to be miserable in that space is not wise. Getting a smaller car when you're barely going to be able to fit your family in it is not wise simply because you're trying to do it to save a little bit of money. Instead of this mentality of trying to save money, why not try to make more money? The vast majority of people aren't anywhere close to hitting their potential output. They're barely putting anything in life. Their input is very small. They only work 8 hours a day, maybe. And if you really count the hours worked, they don't even work that. They work 4 or 5 hours, maybe. So instead of this mentality of trying to save money and acting as if there's a scarcity and there's not an abundance, why not work harder, earn more, and then buy the proper things, the things that are going to do better for you? Live in the proper place that's going to be better for you and your family. Don't put your kids in the ghetto because you're trying to save some money and they're going to get beaten up every day and have their lunch money stolen from them and have all kinds of problems. Why put them through that? Why put yourself through that? Don't go get the cheapest car on the lot because you want to save some money when it's going to break down and cause you infinite amount of problems. Stop trying to have this simplistic mentality where only saving money is the goal and you don't care about quality and things that are the best and going to fit your needs and be what you like. My friends, don't get caught up in this. Instead of trying to be minimalistic and have the simplest life possible, which is perfectly fine if that's what you like. But if you're doing it and you know in your head and you truly know the only reason you're really considering it is because you're trying to save money, there is a problem there. You're putting money above life, above living life. Jesus came that you might have life and have it more abundantly. My friends, not to have miserable, not to have less, not to be suffering lack and want. The oft-quoted Psalm 23 starts off with saying, "The Lord is my shepherd, I shall not want." Stop pushing money into the end goal for everything. Instead of trying to be the cheapest and get the least amount and spend the least amount of money, use your money wisely. And if you need more money to have the quality standard of living you want, do more, produce more, and you will earn more and you'll have more. You don't have to resort to minimalization unless it's what you want, unless that's going to be good for you and be a blessing for you. Many people, when they get older and their kids get out of the house, that's what they do because they like that. They like having a simple area, small area, it's less to clean, and they're perfectly content with it. They're not just trying to save money. They're not just trying to save money, but when your mentality is only to save money, you've put money above all other things in your life. It is a top priority. It becomes an idol to you. It becomes mammon, and you can't serve God in mammon. So my friends, I pray it's been a blessing for you. May God bless you richly.